This is an aisled Cruiser 2.0 paddleboard that I got basically for free. Let me explain. What's up and welcome back to the backyard. I'm Jeff and this is Fun Sized Adventures, where we're all about getting you and your family out on little adventures in your own backyard and beyond. Which today we're going beyond because we're heading to the lake. So for a few summers now, I've been wanting to get a paddleboard for the family to enjoy at the lake, but they're just a little bit pricey, and I didn't want to get one of the cheaper inflatable ones. I wanted to get a hardtop one, just because there's a lot of rocks around. What the heck is happening?
What the heck is happening?
There's a lot of rocks around the lakes near here, and I didn't want one that would pop. And I live in Maine, which if you're new to the United States, is in the northeast of the country. And here in the northeast of the United States, we have a chain of discount stores called Ocean State Job Lot, which was offering this paddleboard, which is normally full retail over $1,000 for just $600. But that's not all. They also would give you a free gift card for $600 when you bought this for $600, effectively making this paddleboard free, which is kind of insane, kind of crazy. The sort of promotion they have is actually called Crazy Deal gift cards. And I know what you're thinking, we still had to spend the $600, which is true, but they sell all kinds of stuff there, and especially they even have like food and stuff. There's no way we're not going to be able to put that money to good use. So that's it. That's my secret of how I got this paddleboard for basically free. Now let me show you what it comes with, how it works, and I'll give you my final thoughts of whether or not I think this was a good purchase. So, as I mentioned, this is a hard paddleboard, which means it has a wood core, it's foam. It only weighs 22 pounds, I believe. It's super light to pick up, easy to carry around, throw on the top of the van. It has this soft, textured top that is very easy on your skin, non-abrasive, but also very grippy. It has this pop-out carrying handle here to ease in carrying, and then it pops away when you don't need it. Has straps here to put whatever you need to carry, keep it from falling in the water. It has a fin on the bottom to help it track better through the water, as well as that nice glossy finish over the rest of the bottom that keeps it gliding smooth. Then it came with this stand-up paddleboard paddle. Apparently they're shaped like that, unlike a normal kayak paddle. But then it adjusts here, so you can adjust it so that when you're standing up and paddling, it's the proper length, that it's just dipping into the water just enough. It came with this nice carrying bag. Can't remember what's in here. Has this leash, which is for strapping around your ankle, and then this end ties on there. Haven't used this yet because we've been mostly just using it around like a swimming area at a local lake. And then user manual. It's very straightforward, very simple, walks you through the little bit of stuff you need to put on it, like the fin you have to attach, and different stuff like that. As far as the specs go, this paddleboard is 10 feet 5 inches long by 32 inches wide at its widest point, and is 4.5 inches thick. Mosquito. And then 175 liters, that has something to do with the flotation capacity. This was advertised as being good for floating a person up to 239 pounds. But I've since heard that a good rule of thumb is to take your weight in kilograms and add 100 to it. And that's how many liters you want a paddleboard to be. So this is slightly undersized for me, as I am currently in the 190s, which is like 90 kilograms. So at 175 liters, this is slightly undersized for me, but it still has been working out fine. It works out great for the kids. And once I reach my target weight, after I do a little bit more exercise, it should be better for me as well. Oh. Now I purchased this, number one, to use as a stand-up paddleboard, but also, whereas I have several little kids that are learning how to swim and just learned how to swim, I wanted this to be like a little floating dock that we could put out in the water where I can just barely touch, hold it still, and it's something that they could climb on and jump off of. And this has been working great for that, as well as the couple small expeditions I've taken out further. I was surprised how easy it is to stand up on it. Like, I'm somebody who does a lot of stuff, has really good balance. I have not fallen off of it yet. If the water's calm and you're standing up paddling, it's perfectly fine, as long as you keep your eyes fixed on the horizon, not on the water and what's moving around you. Once you get out a little bit further and the wind, either the wind kicks up or there's wakes from a boat, it does get a little bit choppy and a little bit unnerving, in which case I just have dropped my knees and then I'm fine. I'd just rather not risk falling in the water. It just seems safer, especially because I don't have my leash on yet. As far as durability, it's been holding up great. No scratches on the bottom yet. How the top is softer. If you squeeze it too hard, it will dent and not come back. I had one accident the first time I tried to ratchet strap it to the top of the van, and I put a little bit of a crease in the edge. If you hit it too hard, like if you drop to your knees and you're pushing 200 pounds like I am, you could depress it a little bit and there's a noticeable, just little tiny divot. But it hasn't been anything that's affecting the use. And I think that as we learn how to use it, we'll get used to not doing stuff like that and it will be fine. I feel like there's something else I wanted to mention. Wait, who are you?
Well, hey there, friend. I'm Safety Dad. I hope you don't mind I let myself in.
Well, why are you in my backyard?
Well, I just saw you talking about this here paddleboard and wanted to make sure that you were going over the safety requirements of using such a flotation device.
You know what? You're right. Let's touch on that real quick. If you're in a swimming area, you're fine to just be climbing on this without a life jacket or anything, but if you take it out further into the water outside of a roped off designated swimming area, you're gonna need a life vest in most areas of the country. That's just the general rule for like if you go kayaking or canoeing. You at least have to have a life vest with you on your vessel, which technically if you take this out into the deeper water, that's what it becomes considered. Does that sound good to you, safety man?
Okay then, buddy. I'll just see myself out.
That guy was a weirdo. So final thoughts. Like I said, this would be a fun thing for your family to play around in the swimming area of your local lake. And then a little bit that I've used it, I almost prefer it to a kayak when you're going out further, as long as the waves aren't too choppy or anything. It just glides along the top of the water better, and it just seemed more fun, especially if you're not worried about getting wet anyway, because you will get splashes over the side. It just seemed like a more enjoyable experience, even sitting on this and paddling, than sitting in a kayak. I don't know why. I just found it more enjoyable, more peaceful, more like you're one with nature, I guess. I would not pay $1,000 for this. You know me, I'm super cheap. I just wouldn't spend $1,000 on many things. For the going rate of $600, this might be worth it. I do have an Amazon link down in the description that will take you to this, available on Amazon for currently, I think, like $600 or $700. If you can find yourself a super good deal like I did, definitely go for it. But once you do, and you've had a great, fun summer's day at a lake with your family, when you get home from the lake, you're gonna wanna sit around a fire pit, roast some marshmallows, roast some hot dogs, and you're gonna want one of these, a solo stove bonfire, because that's, in my opinion, the best way to have a fire in your backyard. Check us out over in that video. Until next time, get out there and have a fun-sized adventure of your own.